Hi everybody, welcome back to the self-love series. In the first video I talked about how we can give too much of ourselves away without putting it back in, leaving us feeling empty. So in this video I want to talk about how we can restore balance again. And when we look at our mind, these are our thoughts, and being aware of our thoughts. We often have this programming that happens that has been passed down to us from the adults in our lives or peers that we interact with. And sometimes it's a negative belief system that we create, and we're not even aware of any criticisms or judgments that we have about ourselves. And those can really play into the way we feel and how we act upon them. So we want to make sure that we're reprogramming our thoughts into something positive. And so that's looking at our positive abilities, our skills, and the traits that make us unique and special. And then when we look at our mood, these are our emotions. And we have a tendency to have a fight or flight response with our emotions. So we either want to avoid them or push through them. And the healthy way would be to breathe through the emotions. So to just kind of sit with the emotions and allow them to surface and release them so they can pass through. And so what that might look like is if you're sad, cry, because that will release them, that'll allow them to pass through. And some techniques that can be helpful in sitting with the emotion can be like deep breathing or meditation. And you can also find my meditation video if you find that to be helpful. Then putting the love back in, and this is forgiving ourselves. So we have a tendency to be hard on ourselves when we've made mistakes, and mistakes are helpful. They help us grow. So being gentle on yourself and knowing that you are human and you're going to make mistakes, and those mistakes can be beneficial in many ways. And when you find that you have an activity that you enjoy or something that you like doing, give that to yourself. So if you enjoy listening to music, reading, taking a walk, make sure you give that to yourself, because that's fulfilling for you. So it's important to give that love back and put it back in. Then the energy level, paying attention to the foods that we eat and how those affect us. So certain foods can affect us emotionally, they can affect us physically. And so sometimes the high sugary foods might make us feel drained, can make us feel tired. So paying attention to the foods that you eat and see how you feel afterwards, and exercise. Exercise helps give us energy. So that's putting it back in, and eating, healthy foods will put that energy back into us. Then our relationships. Setting boundaries in relationships is healthy. And we set boundaries because we know what we need, right? We are the experts on us and nobody else is. So when we set those boundaries, that's showing ourselves love. And it's saying that I know what I need and I'm going to give that to myself. And so when we're in those relationships, following through with those boundaries to ensure that other people don't cross them, or try to take advantage of areas that we know are important to us. So those are some ways of finding balance into our lives through self-love. And in some future videos, I'll talk more in depth about some of those areas so we get a better idea of what that might look like in the long run. So thanks for watching.